You sure?
Yes! It's the Rockin' Metal Revival!
Hold on, let me get high. Then I'll remember where it is.
Crank it up!
Alright, so where is it?
Where's what? Oh man, I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Welcome to the show!
All right, horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Rockin' Metal Revival. How you doing today, partner?
I'm not talking to you, man.
Why?
You were late. Rock star.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to do my hair.
Oh, well, you did a good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can put your pants back on.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was running behind, so I didn't put any on today.
Well, is that the hair you were working on?
Yeah, how's it look? It's kind of a full hawk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You like that?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Especially with the red and the gray.
You like that? I got to get some of that gray,
Yeah.
wash that gray right out of my hair.
There you go.
All right, coming up on today's show, we want to welcome back to the show. He has been here in a long time, about 5 years, I should say. Joey Vera to the
I wasn't
program.
here then.
You weren't.
Yeah,
you were
Andy.
out tree hugging,
Yeah, I was gone, and
being a hippie.
yeah, I'm done being a hippie now.
Are ya?
I just pollute everything I can now.
That a boy.
With just my terrible attitude.
Joey Vera for Armored Saint is going to be with us next hour. They got a new album out called Win Hands Down, which is kick ass.
Yeah, and he rocks the mohawk, which
That's
is
right.
cool.
You and I should get mohawks.
I'm thinking about it.
All right. I'll have to ask. I'll see what
I
my
do
wife
good.
says.
I look good with one.
You
That's
think
what
so?
I'm thinking, yeah. We should do like the Mr. T kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pity the
Except-
Fool and all that kind
yeah,
of shit.
Yeah, just that kind of haircut would be pretty badass.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next hour.
Maybe not.
Coming up, we've got news you can't use, news of the weird, and we're going to find out how heavy metal can make you calm. Like this song from Accept. A nice calming little
cool.
number.
Yeah.
From the album Blood of the Nations, this is called Teutonic Terror. Kicking off hour number 1 of Rockin' Metal Revival. You've been warned. From the CD Angel of Retribution, there's Judas Priest and Hellrider on Rockin' Metal Revival, and you went and saw them not too long ago. How was it, brother?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good. I saw the tour that Hellrider album came. What was
Okay.
that? That was Angel
Angel
of
of Retribution, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that tour too.
Let me ask you this. Were they as good without KK Downing?
It's different.
Yeah?
It's different. Yeah, but they're still good.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
should try to get KK on the show.
Yeah, you should, man.
Find
That'd
out
be
what the hell he's doing.
What he's up to, man.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Hell yeah, let's
we,
get
we had,
KK.
how many years ago was he on the show?
Dude, that was back
7?
in
8?
back in when we were doing it. It's 2008, before 2008.
Yeah. Wow.
2007, something like that.
A long time ago. You did
Yeah.
that interview on your own.
Yeah, because I was badass.
Yeah.
I could handle
You were
it.
the Kurt Loder of internet radio.
Yeah.
All right.
Before they invented it.
Exactly.
Well,
You and Al Gore invented internet radio.
We kind of tag
You worked
teamed.
on it
Yeah,
together?
we worked
And
on-
Corey from
and
Uncontrolled Noise.
Corey, yeah. He's
Corey
the one-
was there before internet.
Yeah.
I mean, he like tried to play music on his computer before it was even you were even able to do it.
I bet.
That's what a pioneer that guy is.
Just jabbed some wires into the slot
Yeah.
and plugged in his freaking album.
His Walkman and went to
There
town. All right. Hey, did you see this study that says listening to heavy metal may actually make you calmer?
No way. Really?
Yeah. Apparently, Ozzy Osbourne may hold the key to happiness.
Yeah, I can see, because, yeah.
A recent study found that extreme music genres, including heavy metal, emo, punk, screamo, may actually calm angry listeners.
Yeah, I guess if you're pissed off.
Researchers say the results contradict the notion that such music is linked to aggression and delinquency. I mean, look at you and I.
But what if you're calm?
We're not delinquents.
I don't know.
We're too old to be delinquents anymore,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm usually on
We're
time.
just lazy. All right. Well, the study published in the Frontier Human Neuroscience Journal in May was conducted in Australia's University of Queensland. Researchers asked 39 extreme music lovers to describe frustrating situations involving relationships, finances, or work. And to measure the participants' emotions, researchers monitored their heart rates and asked them how they felt throughout the anger-inducing process. Such participants then sat in silence for 10 minutes, while others spent 10 minutes listening to extreme music songs of their choice. So instead of increasing the listener's anger, the extreme music calmed them down.
Nice.
So
Well, see that we're performing a freaking service here.
Once
folks.
again, we are looking out for your health.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that goes back to that old saying that music calms the savage beast.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're calming the beasts out there.
Calming the beast.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm kind of angry right now, so let's see what we can do here.
All right. Or you can.
How about some Primal Fear? That might calm me down.
Yeah, we could do some Primal Fear.
From their CD, Seven Seals, this is Roller Coaster. Turn this bitch up on Rockin' Metal Revival. There's a latest single from Bobo Flex. It's called Mama, Don't Take My Drugs Away.
Good title.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do too. On Rockin' Metal Revival. I was like, when I saw the title of that, I go, I don't even care what this song sounds like. We're going to play it.
Yeah, it's a great title.
Great title. Love that too.
Well, luckily my mom never found mine. Or else I'd had to sing her that song.
Yeah.
Don't take my drugs, Mom.
She wouldn't be on the show either. She'd be thinking we're back on drugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, time for news of the weird. And there's always, you ever notice that there's always news of the weird? I'm trying to see if you got the story that I was thinking about.
What, you heard one too, huh?
What?
Which one? Oh, you got one?
I'm waiting to see if you've got this in here.
Probably not.
You hear about the woman who says that a pig knocked her up? Yeah.
No way?
Some woman.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How the hell that happened?
Well,
she slipped and fell. And next thing you know.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook this morning.
Is it Jesus?
Ooh.
Immaculate.
Immaculate bacon. All right. So, hey, let's go to Ohio, the second weirdest state next to Florida. Nice. Ohio couple Saturday morning was joyriding. Ended in an arrest after police discovered them naked behind the wheel. Now, what the hell's wrong with that?
Yeah. You drive that
Look
way.
at me right now. I mean,
know.
I'm in my thong. Do you think they pulled me over for this?
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Police in
they
Westlake.
probably know better.
They know better. They don't want me to get out. No, they don't want to do a cavity search. Police in Westlake, Ohio received complaints about a naked man and woman standing outside a parked car in a commercial parking lot around 12:20 a.m. Saturday. An overnight worker spotted the couple in the company's parking lot, called the cops, then watched the man and woman hop in the car and drive away over a curb. They also hit a tree while they're doing it.
Oh, nice.
According to the New York Daily News, you probably know what the tree lawn is if you don't call it that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the bush?
Bush.
Did she run into some was there bushes in the way?
I guess there was.
Yeah.
When the officers pulled over the vehicle, they found Alexandria Maurer, 24, behind the wheel, eating a piece of pizza. According to WKYC, her passenger, 33-year-old Kenneth Gillespie,
Where'd they get the pizza?
was cradling an open beer can between his feet. They both were without a stitch of clothes on, according to police.
So who had the wallet to buy the pizza?
Well, where'd they hold their ID at?
Yeah. I don't know.
Another use for the vag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Use it like a purse. Guy wakes up from nap to find bear casually nibbling on his ankle.
Nice.
I know a couple of guys that have pigs nibbling on their ear when they wake up in the morning.
Jeez.
All right, well, okay.
That's bad.
All right.
Jeez.
Okay. Aspen, Colorado resident Peter Rizzuto.
Colorado. Well, luckily he was probably stoned.
He was probably high, so it didn't bother him that much.
Maybe this is all just, he just imagined it.
He had a rude awakening after his afternoon nap last week when a big hairy creature approached him on his deck and began nibbling on his ankle. Still sleep in his eyes and believing it was his neighbor's dog, he started to pet it. The 77-year-old told the Aspen Times, and when he realized it wasn't a dog at all, I thought it was the German Shepherd next door, he said. I started petting and saying, nice doggy, and then he then took my ankle but didn't break the skin. Then I saw and looked down at my feet and see these big claws and really beautiful nails.
Nice.
That guy was turned on. And that was the time I realized it was a bear. Happily for Rizzuto, the bear didn't find him very tasty. Salty old prick. And he backed up looking at me. I looked at him, and the man went inside, and the bear wandered off.
Tastes nothing like bacon.
It doesn't taste that. Nothing like chicken.
Oh, jeez, man.
All right. So
he had to be stoned.
yeah, 77-year-old guy, probably had glaucoma or anything.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Mary Jane the drug smuggled in Mary Jane the candy. Nice.
I
This has
even
got to
printed
be
you a
Florida.
picture. I think there's a picture.
Nice nubs there. Wow. There's no sweet talking out of this jam. Police say a man tried to smuggle weed through security at New York's Liberty Airport in New Jersey on Friday by hiding a stash in Mary Jane candy wrappers.
He didn't do a good job either.
No, indeed. Mary Jane is a slang for marijuana. Authorities identified the suspect as Gregory Murphy, 49, of Toms River, New Jersey. According to the Daily News, he was arrested and issued summonses for possession of marijuana under 50 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. Believe it or not, Mary Jane candy, a delectable blend of molasses and peanut butter, is named after a favorite aunt of the brothers who created it, not marijuana.
Huh. Well, yeah, that wasn't a very bright idea because the picture shows he did not wrap them up very well.
No,
he did a really half-assed job.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
He shouldn't have smoked as much as he did before
Dumbass.
he started that.
All right.
What was I doing, man? Fuck.
Hey, here's a tip: if you're going to steal a car, and being in the car business, I know this.
Yeah.
Don't steal one don't steal one that has a manual transmission if you can't drive it.
Real? Yeah, that's a pretty.
If you can't drive a stick, don't steal a stick.
Yeah.
Utah police say a man tried to steal a car, then had to call a cab after he couldn't figure out how to use the stick shift. Officers in Logan, Utah arrested Alexander Katz on Tuesday after the 19-year-old and his underage girlfriend allegedly stole a car with the keys inside. Police say Katz's girlfriend knew how to drive a stick and attempted to walk him through the process. I'm not 100% certain why she didn't just get around and take the driver's seat so they can take the car and use it. The police chief said eventually the pair ditched the car in a supermarket parking lot.
Where is this?
Utah.
He just grinded
them all the way.
Grinded the gears all the way to this fucker thing won't move anymore. Well, this is as far as we go.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Nice. Yeah,
right.
Why didn't she
drive it?
Because he's the guy. He's
Yeah.
got to drive.
He's gotta drive.
Where were they? In Utah?
Utah, yeah.
Well, yeah, this
He did-
male chauvinist asshole.
Yeah.
You're pretty fucking stupid
Let
there.
your girlfriend drive the car.
Yeah.
All right, bank robber busted after he stops for biscuits. A man was arrested for robbing a Western Pennsylvania bank when he stopped to eat biscuits at a nearby restaurant.
Fucking come on, people. Eat before you go.
Yeah, before you do these crimes, man. He's going to do 2 to 4 years in prison. They better been damn good biscuits.
Try to, you don't want to commit crimes on an empty stomach. At least shit like that.
Yeah, there you go. There's your tip for today. Don't do crime on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna wind up today's news of the weird. Yeah, that chick that got knocked up by a pig.
That's what's it going to look like?
Porky pig, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow. We'll have to find out. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
All right. So, hey, did you see Sammy Hagar get all pissed off at Eddie Van Halen last week?
Oh, yeah.
About Michael Anthony?
Yeah.
He had every right in the world to be.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's in the news thing.
All right. So, why don't we play a little Van Halen right now?
We could do that.
This is AFU, Naturally Wired, from the album OU812. They were so clever back then.
They were.
They
were
were
with their titles.
Yeah.
And shit, yeah.
Here's Van Halen on Rock and Metal Revival.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rock and Metal Revival.
All right, metalheads, it's time once again for talking real metal news you can't use. So gather kids around the speakers, and there will be a test after this.
Yeah. So write everything down.
Exactly. This kind of
And you can't use your phone to
No.
Google anything.
This
to get
first
the
story
answers.
kind of pisses me off again, bud.
What's that?
I like Alice Cooper. Okay, good guy.
Yeah.
Great entertainer.
Yeah.
He wins Best Radio Show Award at Relentless Kerrang Awards. Were we even nominated?
No, because we suck.
Oh, okay.
He does a good show. I like
Alice Cooper.
I like him
a lot better than that 6 Sense shit.
Yeah, way better.
Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx says Apple Music did the right thing by deciding to pay artists during their free trial. You know what? He's right about that. Seriously.
Yeah, but he had nothing to do with it.
No.
It was fucking took Taylor Swift. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
That she's got that little
She's
chick
got that much
of
jack,
power.
though. She's got a lot of power.
That's kinda
Slash
sad.
featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators action figures now available.
Hey, I know.
Brenda will have those right next to her bed.
She's probably got a whole couple sets, and she probably hasn't left her apartment since they got there.
Wow, we gotta talk to her about that.
Yeah.
Ex Megadeth guitarist.
She's probably trying to see if she can get some life-size ones done.
Ooh. I wonder if she's got a life-size fathead yet of Miles Kennedy.
Probably on her ceiling.
I'm going to have to ask her about that. Ex-Megadeth guitarist Chris Broderick on Act of Defiance. It's liberating to be able to express myself musically. I bet it is.
Yeah.
After being under the thumb of
he's
Mr.
one
Dave
of those.
Mustaine.
He's one of the quitters, I think.
Yeah, he's a quitter. Nickelback. Here's some good news. Nickelback's Chad Kroger, I should say, to undergo surgery. Band cancels new North American tour dates.
That's what proves that there is a God and he loves America.
Yeah, amen. Van Halen to co-headline Atlanta's Music Midtown Festival.
Yeah.
I'll have to miss that.
Yeah.
Here's some good news. I wish it was close to us. Motorhead announces U.S. tour special pre-sale available. They're going to be playing with Saxon.
Oh, that would be good.
And Anthrax.
That would be good. Fucking badass show there.
Def Leppard guitarist Vivian Campbell's cancer returns, and he leaves the tour, and Steve Brown from Trickster has taken his place.
Yeah, so Trickster, if they had any plans to tour, that's
going to be off for a while.
Unless they find somebody to replace him.
Yeah. Iron Maiden to release Speed of Light single in August. That's good news.
Yeah, they got a new album coming out. But not for another few months, I guess. Not to October.
October,
like
I think.
that.
Yeah,
double album.
Yeah, with
like
new music. It's not their live album.
Yeah, with like 6 songs. One of them's like 18 minutes long.
Really?
Yeah. Most of them are like 8-10 minutes. It's like a Dream Theater. It's
like an old Rush album.
But I guess it's going to be a concept or something.
Okay.
Should be cool.
All right. Megadeth, Dave Mustaine working on special project to celebrate 30th anniversary of Killing Is My Business. I like that tune.
See, Megadeth, that's the one thing they got on Metallica. They've been very productive. He's been he put out a lot of albums compared to how many albums Metallica did. Put out.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know.
Anthrax, Charlie Benetti on upcoming album. We have a title in mind, and we have a concept for it. Well, I had heard they had most of it recorded already. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of strange.
Yeah. Well, maybe they probably, got a bunch of extra songs, so they're trying to figure out which ones they're going to use and how they're going to arrange them and shit.
I wish this guy would shut up. Kiss's Gene Simmons says the fans are killing new bands.
He's right, though, when you read the whole thing or listen to him. Because everybody's sharing fucking music, and the artist isn't getting paid anymore.
Yeah, the only way they're making any money is touring.
Touring, yeah. And it's killing the music business.
Sebastian Bach will aim for Black Sabbath's 13 kind of production on his next solo album.
But did I just agree with Gene Simmons?
Yeah, you did.
What the fuck? No, that's got to be wrong.
Put that hookah away.
Man, I got to quit smoking before we do
Dave Mustaine on Megadeth album. A lot of people are going to be happy because the music is really aggressive again.
It is.
What does your mom want now?
I don't know. I'm not answering right now.
Okay. And then Eddie Van Halen slams Michael Anthony. I have more soul as a singer than he does. And Sammy Hagar replies to Eddie Van Halen, "Fuck you, you're a liar."
Well, he is for sure. He's a good singer, man.
Michael Anthony,
that high note, man.
Eddie Van Halen's done. Yeah. I mean, the guy, I don't know.
Yeah, he's really got.
He's really lost his mind. He just needs to play and shut the fuck up. All right, so since we talked about Megadeth's 30th anniversary of this album, why don't we do this? This is "Killing Is My Business." And business is good. Coming up next hour, we're going to talk to Joey Vera of Armored Saint right here on Rock and Metal Revival.
This portion of Rock and Metal Revival is brought to you by...
I did it! I just jerked it completely off. I did it all by myself with this hand right here. I grabbed my bilbul like I was strangling a bird, and I smacked it and I smacked it, and I gave it a flick, and out came my own Labaneth. Zoe! You have changed my life. Give a man a vagina and he will speak for a day. Teach a man how to use his hand as a vagina and he will speak for a lifetime.
From her upcoming solo CD, Now or Never, there's our friend Veronica Freeman and Line in the Sand on Rock and Metal Revival. And the more I listen to that CD, dude, the more I'm digging it.
Yeah, it is good, man.
Everybody I play that for is loving it.
Nice variety of stuff.
If she'd ever, have time to come back on our show, we'd have her on to
busy.
Talk. I know she's like in Europe.
Famous now. Yeah. She's way above us.
Yeah.
She doesn't want... We were like the stepping stone.
Yeah.
We're way at the bottom.
We're way at the bottom of the list now.
Yeah. So,
I'm looking forward to hearing, getting that whole CD out. I know a lot of people that I played it for want to buy it. So
yeah.
So that's very cool.
So you've been selling them copies?
Not yet.
No. Because you're killing rock and roll.
I got my own Kickstarter program selling the B's CDs. Coming up, we're going to talk to Joey Vera of Armored Saint. I've always been an Armored Saint fan, man. I think John Bush's vocals are
I love his
killer. And so they got a new album out, first one in 5 years. It's called Win Hands Down. And we've been playing a few tunes off it. We've played the title track, Win Hands Down. We played a song called Mess. Yeah. And this week we're going to play a couple new ones. We're going to play this first one before we talk to Joey. It's called An Exercise in Debauchery.
It's a song about you and your porn obsession.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice. Hope I get fucking credit then. All right.
They do mention you by name.
By name in the song. All right, here's Armored Saint. Brand new music. You're hearing it first right here on Rockin' Metal Revival. There's brand new music from Armored Saint from their new CD called Win Hands Down, I should say. It's called An Exercise in Debauchery. And Jerry, you know that I'm a huge Armored Saint fan, man.
I thought you were going to say you're a huge debauchery fan.
I am that too. Yeah, but it is great to have new music from Armored Saint. And on the phone with us, we want to welcome Joey Vera to the program. Welcome to the show, Joey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. My pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. You know, it's been 5 years since the release of La Raza, and once again, Armored Saint comes through with another great release. You have to be pretty happy with this one, don't you?
Yeah, we're very very proud of it. We love the record, love the way it came out, and we're super excited that it's out now and people can hear it. So, yeah, we're super excited about it.
Well, you know, you can. I want to know if you can attempt to explain to us your enduring popularity of Armored Saint. I mean, Armored Saint was one of those bands. Either you were really into them, or people got into them later. I mean, you guys have been going at this quite a long time now.
Yeah, I mean, on and off for 30 years. We were initially. I sort of look at it in sort of almost three phases, really, kind of. First phase was in the early 80s, and obviously put out several records through Chrysalis and so forth. And, that was like a 10, 12-year span that happened there. And then after Symbol of Salvation, obviously John left to join Anthrax, and he was with them for 12, 13 years. So he was with them a long time and made a lot of records with them. And during that time, we were pretty dormant and didn't do anything, and then we kind of reconvened in 2000 for Revelation, and that was sort of between Revelation and, I would say, La Raza, I guess, was kind of another on and off period because John was still in Anthrax until 2006, so, that was sort of off and on still, and we would, do some dates when we could, but then, the priority was obviously Anthrax, and so since he's not involved in Anthrax anymore, we dedicate a little more time to Armored Saint, and I don't know if the question was how did we keep our fan base interested for such a long time. I don't know the answer to that really. It amazes me and it astonishes me that we've been able to do this for this long, and that we have a loyal fan base that a lot of them have been there since day one, but we've got other people since then along the way. And I think A Symbol of Salvation in 92 was a period when a lot of people got introduced to us for the first time. And, I don't know. I mean, we're just super grateful that people have come along for the ride and kind of have gone with us in our ups and downs and our periods of being busy and periods of not doing anything. And, we honestly can't do any of this without them, so we're super grateful that we have that.
So how did recording this album differ from, recording back in the 80s?
Well, things are a little different now. A lot of it has to do with technology. Our first, before consumer computers were, it sounds weird maybe to some of the younger listeners, but yeah, there was a time when there was no computers. And, you had to make your records at a recording studio. You know, you had to go somewhere else to do it, and you had to do everything there, and it was super expensive, you know, and it was a different time, and so the band in its nucleus in the heyday was, you know, we'd all go to band practice and we'd all play in the same room, and that's how we'd even write songs. You know, we'd wrote together in the same room, and we, you know, would record all in the same room at the same time, and each guy would take turns or whatever, but we'd all be there, you know. But nowadays, with the way technology is, the consumer and the sort of semi-pro can do really high quality stuff at home.
Yeah.
And so we work that way a lot because it's practical, and because I find it just beneficial with the financial part of it too. It's just cheaper, and we get more. You have more bang for your buck when you can do a lot of stuff at home. So I have a small studio here at home. I work also do a lot of engineering and mixing and producing other bands on the side. So I have a setup here, and I can record. I did all the recording for the vocals here, for instance, and I'd say about 65 or 70% of the overdubs also were done at home here. But the bulk of the recording, though, we tried to keep it old school. We did the drums in a real traditional studio, and then we did all the guitars and the bass in a different studio that was also a traditional studio. But that's really, you know, that's a big difference. You know, that's the way we do it nowadays is much more piecemeal together. Like, parts are done here, and then a couple weeks later, parts are done there. And, you know, it's a little bit different than it was in the heyday.
You know, Joey, now a lot of bands from back in the heyday in the 80s are putting out new music and trying to get that classic sound back, but aren't getting it. But you and Armored Saint, you continually come out with kick-ass music, and I mean real, you know, music for the Armored Saint fans. How do you maintain that high standard?
You know, I don't know. I wish there was this formula I could tell you about, but I don't have it. It's just, I guess it's just inherent in us. But yeah, you know, it's funny because more than ever, people are asking us that now, like more than ever than before. And it seems strange to me that I'm getting this question a lot right now. But I think that maybe part of it is that when we were writing this record in the very beginning stages, we had a conversation, John and I, about it, and I'll give you just insight into what our thought process was in the very beginning. And it's not that different, actually, every record, to be honest with you, but this is kind of how the conversation goes. But first and foremost, let me say that at the bottom line of all of it, our ultimate goal in the end is that we just want to write really good songs. We're not so much concerned about like making impressions on anybody or making songs like difficult to play, you know, or be flashy or any of that stuff. The bottom line for us is it has to be good music and good songs, great melodies. It's got to showcase John's voice really well, and it's got to have great riffs and places for, you know, ripping guitar leads. And then but in the end, at the end of the day, they got to be good songs. And that being said, we also say to ourselves, well, let's, you know, this time we want to challenge ourselves a little more than we have in the past. So in my effort, it was a way we had to figure out a way to challenge the songwriting part of it. I didn't want just verse, chorus, guitar solo, blah blah blah, you know. Yeah. So I really wanted to make the music really interesting, have a lot of musical parts. I wanted it to sound kind of orchestral in a sense, and so, you know, in doing that, we didn't want to just do it for the sake of being bombastic. You know, we still want to be able to have something familiar for our fans, you know, because we don't want to completely alienate our fans. So I went back and I sort of looked at like, the one thing that we don't want to do, and we never really have done, is repeat ourselves. Mm-hmm. Every record that we've made has always been a little different than the one before it. And that may be it may have been a sort of a detriment to our career, perhaps because sometimes our records come out and people don't know what to make of us. They're like, well, this one's like so different than Symbol of Salvation. I really like Symbol, and this one's too different, and I don't know about it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's always a little bit challenging when it comes to listening to our records when they come out. So I think that it's fair to say that. But but at the same time, you know, I have to look back and go, okay, there's got to be this thread that runs through from our very first EP in '83 all the way until now. And there is some things that are consistent along the way. And a lot of things we've taken chances, and each record sounds different, but there is something that's kind of common, and there's some things that we do I think that we do well. So specifically, I pulled a few things in the rhythm section between the way the bass and drums play together. I think that Gonzo and I do things that are somewhat unique to other metal bands, let's say. So I kind of said to myself, I want to keep exploiting this in a way that is not just copying ourselves, but at the same time staying true to maybe what some people would regard as familiar to them, and Armored Saint fans, that is.
Exactly.
And so things like that, perhaps it's those things, you know, perhaps it's those little things that we kind of continue to do that make it seem like we, you know, people are describing this as like, it reminds me of the 80s, but it still sounds modern, and I don't, you know, it doesn't sound dated, but it sounds fresh, but it doesn't sound like it's too fresh, you know?
Exactly.
But I'll tell you, it's not really something calculated. It's just, I don't know. I wish I could explain it better. I probably am way too long-winded, but that's about it, really.
Well, like I said earlier, Joey, I've been a fan since the first time I heard Can You Deliver, but living here in Wisconsin, I really haven't had a lot of chances to see Armored Saint. So I'm wondering, are you guys going to tour with this? Or, you know, I mean, I know touring's really expensive and a lot of bands don't do it that much anymore, but I saw you were just on the road with Saxon.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is tough for us to do that as well. You know, it is expensive to go out, especially going out by yourself and headlining, and it's tougher to bring people in when you're at a band that's at our level, you know. But so for us, we are trying harder to go out with other bands, such as Saxon, and we just did 6 dates with them, and those shows do far better for us because, you know, a lot of our fans are crossover fans. In other words, there's a lot of fans that are like both bands, but it's hard for, you know, it's better to make people come out to see shows when both bands are on the same bill. So we were playing to, like, you know, anywhere between 500-600 people all the way to 1,200 people a night. And that's great. Now, we couldn't do that on our own, and I don't even think Saxon could do that on our own, believe it or not. But the two of us together, it was a great package, and so we need to do more of those kind of things. And I will tell you, it's not confirmed yet. I don't even want to say this, but we're working on more dates with Saxon.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
And it might include your area, but that's all I'm going to say.
Wow, okay.
Nice.
You heard it here. So,
now, the song we just heard, Exercise and Debauchery, it actually has a bass solo in it. Did you have anything to do with that?
No. I called up my buddy, you know, Billy Sheehan. To see if he would play on it. You know, yeah, you know, 'cause I'm just not. It's just.
Yeah, come on now.
You know, it was weird. I just when I was writing the tune, you know, for me, I always tell people that I think that songs write themselves. For the most part, I think like 90% of what I write, anyway, my experience has always been that the songs sort of write themselves, and they write themselves very quickly. if I come up with a riff or two, I'm usually done with the song in an hour or so. And that's like the arrangement and everything. So it happens very quickly, and I like to let the song just write itself. So it was weird with this one, though, because, when I had this thing in the back of my mind of like, okay, try to stay away from the standard arrangements, verse, chorus, guitar solo, last chorus, blah, blah, blah. So when I was doing this, and I got to the first chorus, I said, I'm trying to think the arrangement now. No, I think it was when I got to the guitar solo section, it got to the chorus part, which is basically, the first half is the chorus, and the second half is basically the same part, but it's a guitar solo, so guitar solo takes over in the chorus section, which I thought, okay, that's a little bit different. And then I said, well, okay, what happens now? Well, it made sense to go back into the verse section, but then I thought, well, why go back to singing at this point, And so I decided, well, let's just keep the music arrangement the same, but let's change this instrumentation. So I said, well, a guitar solo would be obvious next, but then I thought the B section following it would be better for a guitar solo. So I thought, well, who's left? Me.
No drum solo?
So that could have been the drum solo too. He gets a little break in the middle. He gets the little weird part in the middle. So I just thought, you know what? This is a little different. Let's do like a weird band trade-off thing. So first guitar solo's Phil, second one's Joey, and the third one's Jeff, like back to back.
Nice.
And so I just thought that was kind of interesting. For hopefully I think it works, but I thought it was a little unusual, especially for us.
Yeah. So there any tracks on the album you think could have benefited from adding some cowbell?
There's always songs you can benefit from cowbell.
Being here in Wisconsin, we got to ask that question.
Yeah.
Oh, you even have one. That's great.
Yeah, we start every show just like Mississippi Queen.
Great.
So, what's that?
I said, that's great.
It is. We love the cowbell. Now, we're going to play another track off the new Win Hands Down CD. And, Joey, this one's called Muscle Memory. Tell us a little bit about this track as we get on out of here.
Well, let's see. This is another one that I wanted to sort of take chances with and experiment with the arrangement. And so as a result, it's a little on the long side, at least for Armored Saint, it's a little on the long side. So it's, but I had fun with the arrangement on this. I like the fact that I played with different sections of the song, and I just changed the voicings and the chord changes. It makes it sound like they're different parts, but they're really not. So this one was a lot of fun writing, and I think that when John came in after I wrote the music, and he wrote these lyrics, and they're very personal to him. One thing about this record and John is that he really wore his heart on his sleeve a lot more than he ever has in the past, and a lot of the stuff is really coming from places that are deeper inside of him than before. Even if the stories are somewhat fictional, he's still really putting a lot into it. And this song is a little more personal for him, and it's just has a lot to do with knowing what you have in life, holding it close, making yourself the best person you can be, because life is very short. The older we get, we've lost a few friends along the way, and it's always a reminder how close and precious life is, and how much you need to really live in the moment and that kind of a thing. So he wrote some great lyrics, and his performance is just unbelievable in the song. This is a song that gives me chills still, so cool. That's why I chose it.
All right. Well, Joey, if people want to keep up to date with you and Armored Saint, what's the best way to keep up with what's going on with the band?
We're usually spreading a lot of our news through our social media places. So it's Facebook.com/Armored Saint. That's one good place. And then also Twitter. I think it's Twitter /The Armored Saint. And you can get all that info there for Armored Saint, and you can also get directed to those places through my own website, which is just joeyvera.com. And I have all those places linked to the other places for Saint and other stuff. So those are the two places. You can also get a lot of information for us, including like where to get our stuff, like special packages and merchandise and stuff. We have like this really cool new merchandise store that we just opened through Metal Blade. So you go to metalblade.com /Armored Saint, and we have this cool web store. We have a bunch of we reissued a bunch of old vintage T-shirts from the Chrysalis years. Cool. Yeah, there's really cool stuff there. So people can get info for touring or for anything there. So that's another good place.
All right. Well, Joey Vera, we are very proud to have you on the show today. We're going to get on out of here with muscle memory, and hopefully we'll confirm those dates up here real soon.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear about it. We're usually pretty good about blasting the info as soon as we get it confirmed, and I hope to have it done in the next week. So keep an eye out for that.
There's brand new music from the Bullet Boys from their CD Elefante. It's called Drop Your Weapon on Rockin' Metal Revival. Man, I remember when the Bullet Boys first came out and everybody thought he was the next coming of David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
But actually, he can actually still sing.
Really? Well, that one wasn't too bad.
Unlike David Lee Roth.
Yeah, who can't hit anything. He can't hold a note.
Who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
He couldn't carry a tune in a bucket.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we want to thank Joey Vera for coming on the program today. Check out the new Armored Saint. The CD's called Win Hands Down, and hopefully they will get around here for a tour.
Yeah, that'd be cool,
Dude,
man.
I've never seen Armored Saint, so it'd be kind of cool to see them live. All right, and coming up next week, we've got a chance. Next week, we're going to talk to Kelly Rhodes, brother of Randy Rhodes.
All right.
Get him on the program. I know that makes you happy.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get Kelly Rhodes on the show. If we can't get him, we'll see if we can get the V to stop her whirlwind tour and give us a couple minutes of her time right before the release of her album.
Oh, yeah. That's coming out when? July
9th or 10th.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So we'll try to get the V on. Otherwise, have yourself a great weekend. Coming up right now, we've got new music from Slayer. Slayer.
Is it Repentless?
That's right. Reach over, grab your volume knob, or just grab your knob and crank that fucker up real loud. How's that sound?
Yeah, and if you don't have a knob handy, I'm sure you can find something else to play with.
Grab your volume knobs or nipples or whatever. Anyways, until next time.
Tune them in.
Tune them in. Until next time, don't drink and drive.
Smoke and fly.
Peace.
This brings to an end another edition of Rockin' Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rockin' Metal Revival.
Hey, stop crowding us, you shit-faced cockmasters! Wow!
To catch the whole show of Rockin' Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on uncontrollednoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rockin' Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rockin' Metal Revival.